Hello there. Welcome to this sanctuary of rest. Tonight, we're going to talk about something important, something that might change everything for you. We're going to talk about letting go of the pressure, letting go of the perfectionism, letting go of the endless need to do more, be more, achieve more. You know, so many of us are running on a treadmill that never stops, always striving, always pushing, always feeling like we're not doing enough. We wake up with a to-do list. We go to bed with guilt because we didn't get it all done. We measure our worth by our productivity. We judge ourselves by our achievements. We believe that rest is something we have to earn. But that's not true. That's not how life is meant to be lived. Tonight, we're going to shift from doing to being, from achieving to accepting, from perfection to peace. We're going to give you permission to rest, permission to be imperfect, permission to be human. And in that permission, you'll find more peace than you felt in a long time. So settle in, get comfortable, and let's begin this journey from pressure to peace, from perfectionism to presence, from doing to being. You deserve this. You've earned this. Actually, you don't need to earn it. You deserve it simply because you exist. Let's begin right now, in this moment. I want you to hear something liberating. You don't need to achieve anything. Not right now, not tonight. I know that might feel strange to hear, because we've been taught our whole lives that our value comes from achievement, that we should always be productive, that rest is something we earn through accomplishment. But that's a lie that keeps us on that endless treadmill, always running, never arriving, always doing, never being. But tonight, we're stepping off that treadmill. Tonight, we're saying, I don't need to achieve anything right now. And that's okay. More than okay. It's necessary. Because here's the truth. Life isn't just about achieving. Life is also about being. Being present, being peaceful, being at rest. And those things are just as valuable as any achievement, any accomplishment, any success. In fact, they're more valuable. Because what good is all the achievement in the world if you're too exhausted to enjoy it? What good is all the success if you're too stressed to appreciate it? What good is reaching the top if you've lost yourself in the climb? So tonight, we're choosing differently. We're choosing to not achieve. We're choosing to just be, to rest, to breathe, to exist, without producing, without accomplishing, without doing. And you know what? The world will keep spinning. Your responsibilities will still be there tomorrow. But tonight, they can wait. Tonight, is for you to rest without guilt, to be without doing, to exist without achieving. This is radical in a world that values productivity above all else, but it's necessary for your well-being. You can't keep going forever. You need to stop, to pause, to rest, to just be. And tonight, you're giving yourself permission to do exactly that. So say it with me in your mind. I don't need to achieve anything right now. Feel those words. Feel the relief that comes with them. I don't need to be productive. I don't need to get things done. I don't need to prove my worth. Right now, I just need to be, to rest, to breathe, to exist. And that's enough. More than enough. It's everything. Because in these moments of just being, you're actually recharging. You're restoring the energy that allows you to achieve when it's time to achieve again. But right now, it's not time to achieve. It's time to rest. So let yourself off the hook. Let yourself stop striving. Let yourself just be without achieving, without producing, without doing. You don't need to achieve anything right now, and that's perfect. Because what you need right now is rest. And rest is what you're giving yourself, without guilt, without shame, without apology. You're resting. And that's exactly what you should be doing. Nothing else. Just resting. Just being. Just existing. In this moment, free from the pressure to achieve. Free from the need to produce. Free from the burden of constant doing. You're free to just be. And in that freedom, there's peace. Deep, profound, beautiful peace. Because you're not running anymore. You're not striving. You're not pushing. You're just being. And that's the most important thing you could be doing right now. Being at rest, at peace, at ease. You don't need to achieve anything. You just need to be. And you're doing that perfectly right now. Let's talk about something important. Rest. Not as a reward, not as something you earn, but as a need. A fundamental, biological, essential need. Just like food, just like water, just like air, you need rest. Not because you're weak, not because you're lazy, but because you're human. And humans need rest. It's built into our biology. Our bodies are designed to move through cycles. Activity and rest. Doing and being. Work and recovery. But somewhere along the way, we forgot that. We started believing that rest is optional. That it's something for weak people. That if we just push harder, we can keep going indefinitely. But that's not true. And when we try to live that way, we break down. Our bodies break down. Our minds break down. Our spirits break down. because we're not giving ourselves what we fundamentally need: rest. So tonight, let's reframe rest. Let's stop thinking of it as laziness and start recognizing it as a need, a legitimate, important, essential need. When you eat, do you call yourself lazy? No. You recognize you need food. When you drink water, do you feel guilty? No. You recognize you need hydration. So when you rest, why should you feel lazy? You shouldn't, because you're just meeting a need that's just as important as food or water. Your body needs rest to repair itself. Your mind needs rest to process information. Your emotions need rest to regulate themselves. Your spirit needs rest to reconnect with itself. Rest isn't optional, it's essential. And yet, so many of us feel guilty when we rest. We tell ourselves, "I should be doing something. I'm wasting time. I'm being lazy." But that's not true. You're not being lazy when you rest. You're being wise. You're listening to your body's needs. You're honoring your human limitations. You're taking care of yourself. And that's not laziness. That's self-care. That's self-respect. That's wisdom. Think about it. Athletes, some of the most driven, hard-working people in the world, they know that rest is essential. They build it into their training because they understand that you can't perform without recovery. You can't grow without rest. You can't achieve without restoration. And you're no different. You might not be a professional athlete, but you're living a demanding life, working, caring for others, managing responsibilities. And all of that requires energy. Energy that gets depleted and needs to be restored through rest. So tonight, give yourself permission to see rest for what it really is. Not laziness, but a need. Not weakness, but wisdom. Not something to feel guilty about, but something to embrace. You need rest, not because there's something wrong with you, but because you're human, and humans need rest. It's how we're designed. It's how we function. It's how we thrive. Without rest, we don't just get tired, we get depleted, burned out, broken down. But with rest, we restore, we recharge, we come back stronger. So rest isn't laziness, it's recovery, it's restoration, it's renewal. It's what allows you to keep going, to keep showing up, to keep doing what you do. But you can't keep going without it. So honor your need for rest. Don't apologize for it. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't call yourself lazy. Just rest. Because you need it. And that's enough reason. You don't need any other justification. Your need is enough. So rest tonight, not because you earned it, not because you deserve it, but because you need it. And meeting your needs is never lazy. It's just being human. And that's beautiful. Rest is a need, not laziness. And you're meeting that need right now, perfectly. Can you feel it? The weight you've been carrying, on your shoulders. The pressure to do more, to be more, to achieve more. The weight of expectations, your own and others. It's heavy, isn't it? So heavy that sometimes you forget it's even there. You've been carrying it so long that it feels normal. But it's not normal, and it's not necessary. Tonight, we're taking that weight off your shoulders. We're releasing that pressure. We're setting down that burden. Imagine with me that all the pressure you've been carrying is like a backpack full of heavy stones. Each stone represents something. One stone is the pressure to be perfect. Another stone is the pressure to please everyone. Another is the pressure to succeed. Another is the pressure to never fail. Another is the pressure to have it all figured out. Another is the pressure to be strong all the time. Stone after stone, pressure after pressure, all piled into this backpack that you've been carrying every single day. No wonder you're tired. No wonder you're exhausted. You've been carrying so much weight. But tonight, we're taking it off. Imagine now sliding that backpack off your shoulders. Feel the straps loosening. Feel the weight lifting as you set it down on the ground. Beside your bed, just set it down. Let it go. You don't need to carry it into sleep. You don't need to carry it through the night. It can wait outside your rest. And maybe, just maybe, when you wake up tomorrow, you'll realize you don't need to pick it up at all. That pressure, those expectations, those impossibly high standards, they're not serving you. They're weighing you down. They're exhausting you. They're stealing your peace. And you don't have to carry them anymore. You can choose to leave them behind, to live lighter, to breathe easier, to move more freely, without all that pressure on your shoulders. So feel it now, that lightness that comes when you set down the weight. Feel your shoulders dropping. Feel your neck releasing. Feel your whole body sighing with relief. Because you're not carrying that burden anymore. Not right now. Not tonight. And maybe not ever again. You get to choose what you carry, what you let go of, what you allow to weigh you down. And tonight, you're choosing to let go of the pressure, to release the weight, to take it all off your shoulders and rest without it. This is freedom. Freedom from the burden of constant pressure. Freedom from the weight of endless expectations. Freedom to just be without all that heaviness. And it feels so good, so light, so free to finally set it down, to finally take the pressure off, to finally give yourself a break. You've been so hard on yourself for so long, carrying all this pressure, all these expectations, all these demands. But tonight, that changes. Tonight, you're being gentle with yourself. Tonight, you're giving yourself permission to not carry all that weight. Tonight, you're free. Free from the pressure, free from the burden, free from the weight. And you can rest, really rest, without all that heaviness on your shoulders. Just rest, light and free, with nothing weighing you down, nothing pressing on you. Just lightness, freedom, peace. Take the pressure off your shoulders. Set down the weight and rest. Finally, rest. Without burden, without pressure, without weight. Just you, resting, free. This is what you need. This is what you deserve. So take it. Take the pressure off and rest in lightness. Listen to me carefully. You have done enough today. I know your mind might argue with that. It might say, "But I didn't finish everything. But there's still so much to do. But I could have done more." But I'm telling you, you have done enough. Whatever you accomplished today, however much you got done, it's enough. Not because you checked off every item on your list, but because you showed up, you tried, you did what you could with the time you had, with the energy you had, with the resources you had. And that is enough. You see, we've created this impossible standard that enough means everything. Everything done, everything perfect, everything complete. But that's not realistic. There will always be more to do. The to-do list never ends. If you're waiting to feel like you've done enough based on completing everything, you'll never feel it. Because there's always something more. Another task, another goal, another thing to improve. But that's not how we should measure enough. Enough isn't about completing everything. Enough is about honoring your effort, your dedication, your attempt. And you've done that today. Maybe you worked. Maybe you cared for someone. Maybe you just survived a difficult day. Whatever you did, it was enough. Because you did it with the capacity you had. You can't do more than you're capable of in a given moment. And you did what you were capable of. That's enough. More than enough. So stop telling yourself, "I should have done more." Stop beating yourself up for what didn't get done. Stop carrying guilt into your rest. You've done enough. And now it's time to rest. Not as a reward for doing enough, but as a continuation of taking care of yourself. You did enough today, and now you rest. That's the rhythm of a healthy life. Do and rest. Give and receive. Work and restore. You can't just do without rest. That leads to burnout. That leads to depletion. That leads to breakdown. You have to rest after doing. And the beautiful thing is that you don't have to do everything before you're allowed to rest. You just have to do enough. And you've done that today. Whatever enough means for you, for today, you've reached it. Maybe you accomplished a lot. Maybe you accomplished a little. But based on where you're at, what you're dealing with, what you're capable of right now, you've done enough. So give yourself permission to believe that, to accept that, to rest in that. I have done enough today. Say it with me. I have done enough today. Feel those words. Feel the permission they give you to stop, to rest, to be at peace. You don't have to do more. You've already done enough. And that's beautiful. That's worth celebrating. That's worth honoring with rest. So rest now, not with guilt about what didn't get done, but with satisfaction about what did get done. You showed up today. You tried today. You did what you could today. And that's enough. More than enough. You are enough. Your effort is enough. Your day is enough. And now you can rest, knowing you've done what you needed to do. And tomorrow is a new day, with new energy, new capacity, new opportunities to do enough again. But tonight, you're done. You've done enough. And you can rest in that completion, in that satisfaction, in that peace. I have done enough today. This is your truth. Believe it. Accept it. Rest in it. You've done enough. And now you rest peacefully, completely, without guilt. You've done enough. You know what? The world can wait. All those things you're worried about, all those responsibilities you're carrying, all those tasks you didn't finish, they can wait until tomorrow. I know that might feel scary to say, because we've been taught that everything is urgent, that everything needs our immediate attention, that we can't rest until everything is done. But here's the truth. Most things can wait. Most things are not as urgent as they feel. Most things will still be there tomorrow, and dealing with them when you're rested is far better than dealing with them now when you're exhausted. Think about it. That work email that's stressing you out can wait until tomorrow. You'll respond better after rest. That project that's looming over you can wait until tomorrow. You'll work more effectively after sleep. That problem you're trying to solve can wait until tomorrow. You'll think more clearly after rest. That conversation you need to have can wait until tomorrow. You'll communicate better after restoration. Everything can wait. Not forever, but for tonight, for these hours of rest. The world will keep spinning. People will be okay. Things will not fall apart because you're resting for one night. In fact, everything will be better because you rested. You'll show up tomorrow more present, more energized, more capable, because you gave yourself this time to rest. But if you don't rest, if you keep pushing, if you keep going, if you try to do it all tonight, you'll show up tomorrow depleted, exhausted, running on empty, and then nothing will get done well. So actually, resting tonight is the most responsible thing you can do. It's not selfish to let things wait. It's wise. It's not lazy to say tomorrow. It's healthy. It's not irresponsible to prioritize rest. It's essential. The world can wait until tomorrow. And that's okay. More than okay. It's necessary. You need to create boundaries between your work and your rest, between the world's demands and your needs, between what others expect and what you can actually give. And tonight, that boundary is: the world waits until tomorrow. Tonight is for rest, not for solving all the world's problems, not for finishing every possible task, not for meeting every single demand. Tonight is for rest, and the world can wait. It's waited before. It will wait again, and everything will be fine. Actually, everything will be better because you rested. You'll have more to give tomorrow because you gave yourself rest tonight. So let it go. Let the world do its thing. Let the tasks sit where they are. Let the responsibilities wait until tomorrow. And you just rest. Right now, in this moment. The world doesn't need you. You need you. And what you need is rest. So give yourself that, without guilt, without worry, without fear, that everything will fall apart without you. It won't. The world will keep going. And tomorrow, when you're rested, you'll rejoin it with renewed energy, with fresh perspective, with restored capacity. But tonight, let it wait. Let it all wait until tomorrow. And you just rest. This is your time, not the world's time, not work's time, not responsibility's time. Your time to rest, to restore, to just be, without the world's demands on your shoulders. The world can wait until tomorrow, and you can rest tonight, peacefully, completely, without guilt. The world can wait, and you can rest. This is your permission. Use it. Here's something you need to understand, deep in your bones. Your worth is not measured by your productivity, not by how much you accomplish, not by how many tasks you complete, not by how busy you are, not by how much you produce. Your worth is inherent. It's built into who you are, not what you do, but who you are. A human being, not a human doing. A being whose value doesn't fluctuate based on productivity, based on achievement, based on output. Your value is constant. It was there when you were born, before you ever accomplished anything. It's there now, regardless of what you did today, and it will be there tomorrow, whether you're productive or not. Because worth and productivity are not connected. We think they are. We've been taught that they are. We measure ourselves by what we accomplish. We judge ourselves by how much we do. We believe that our value goes up when we're productive and goes down when we're not. But that's not true. That's a lie that our productivity-obsessed culture has sold us. But it's not truth. The truth is, you are valuable simply because you exist. You are worthy simply because you're alive. You are enough simply because you're you. And none of that has anything to do with how productive you are. Think about it. Do you value a newborn baby based on what they produce? No. You value them simply because they exist. Do you value an elderly person only if they're still being productive? No. You value them for who they are. So why should you be different? Why should your worth be measured by productivity when no one else's is? It shouldn't. You're just as valuable on days when you accomplish nothing as on days when you accomplish everything. You're just as worthy when you're resting as when you're working. You're just as enough when you're being as when you're doing. Your worth is not productivity dependent. It's human dependent. And you're human. Therefore, you're worthy. Period. No qualifications, no conditions, no requirements. Just worthy. Because you're you. So stop measuring yourself by what you accomplish. Stop judging yourself by how much you do. Stop believing that you're only valuable when you're productive. That's not true. You're always valuable when you're productive and when you're not. When you're achieving and when you're resting. When you're doing and when you're being. Your worth is constant. It doesn't change based on your output. It's just there, always, because you are. And that's enough, more than enough, to be worthy of love, of rest, of peace, of value. So tonight, separate these things. Your worth and your productivity. They're not connected. Your productivity might fluctuate, but your worth stays constant, always. You are worthy, not because of what you did today, but because of who you are. A valuable, worthy, precious human being who deserves rest, who deserves peace, who deserves to feel valuable whether you were productive today or not. Your worth isn't measured by productivity. It's measured by your humanity. And you are fully human. Therefore, fully worthy, always. Let me tell you something profound. You have value not because of what you've achieved, not because of what you do, not because of how you perform, but simply because you're human. That's it. Your humanity is your value. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to do anything to have value. You already have it. just by being a human being. This is radical. In a world that tells us that we have to earn our worth, that we have to prove our value, that we have to achieve to be worthy. But that's not true. Worth isn't earned, it's inherent. It comes with being born. It comes with being human. Every human being has value, not because of what they contribute, but because of what they are. Human, alive, conscious, feeling. That's where value comes from existence itself. Not from achievement, not from productivity, not from success, but from being. And you are being right now, in this moment. You're existing, you're alive, you're here. And that makes you valuable, infinitely valuable. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to be anything else. You're already valuable, just as you are. This is hard to accept, I know, because we've been conditioned to believe otherwise. We've been taught that we have to earn our place, that we have to justify our existence, that we have to produce to have worth. But that's a lie that serves a productivity-driven system, but doesn't serve your soul. Your soul knows the truth, that you're valuable simply because you exist, that your life has meaning, not because of what you accomplish, but because you're alive. And being alive is valuable in and of itself. Think about nature. A tree is valuable not because of what it produces, but because it exists. It's beautiful simply by being a tree. A mountain is valuable not because of what it achieves, but because it stands. It's majestic simply by being a mountain. The ocean is valuable, not because of what it does, but because it is. It's magnificent simply by being the ocean. And you're no different. You're valuable, not because of what you do, but because of what you are. A human being, part of this universe, part of this life, part of this existence. And that's enough, more than enough, to have value, to have worth, to matter. You matter, not because you're productive, not because you're successful, not because you're achieving, but because you're human. And human life has value, inherently, automatically, unconditionally. So stop trying to earn your worth. Stop trying to prove your value. Stop trying to justify your existence. You don't need to. You're already worthy. You're already valuable. You're already enough. Just by being human and being alive. That's all you need to have value. Everything else is just extra. But your core value, your fundamental worth, is already there, in your humanity, in your existence, in your being. And no one can take that away. No failure can diminish it. No mistake can erase it. No lack of productivity can reduce it. It's constant. It's permanent. It's yours. always. You have value just by being human. And you're human. Therefore, you have value. It's that simple and that profound. You are valuable, always. Tonight, let's make a shift. A shift in how you talk to yourself about what you did or didn't do today. Instead of criticism, let's choose gratitude. Because criticism doesn't help you. It doesn't motivate you. It doesn't improve you. It just makes you feel bad. And feeling bad doesn't lead to positive change. It leads to more feeling bad. But gratitude is different. Gratitude acknowledges what you did do instead of focusing on what you didn't. Gratitude honors your effort instead of criticizing your results. Gratitude sees how far you've come instead of lamenting how far you have to go. So tonight, let's practice this. Instead of saying, "I didn't do enough today," let's say, "I'm grateful for what I did accomplish." Instead of thinking, "I should have done better," let's think, "I'm grateful I showed up and tried." Instead of criticizing, "I wasted so much time," let's appreciate, "I'm grateful I gave myself moments to rest." Do you see the difference? Same day, same actions, but completely different perspective. One perspective makes you feel terrible. The other makes you feel grateful. And which feeling do you want to carry into sleep? Criticism and guilt, or gratitude and peace? The choice is yours. And tonight, we're choosing gratitude. So think about today. What are you grateful for? Not what went wrong, but what went right. Not what you didn't do, but what you did do. Maybe you're grateful that you got out of bed. That's not small, that's significant. Maybe you're grateful that you ate a meal. That's caring for yourself. That matters. Maybe you're grateful that you were kind to someone. That's contributing. That's valuable. Maybe you're grateful that you survived a hard day. That's resilience. That's strength. Whatever you did today, however small it seems, find gratitude for it. Because when you look through the lens of gratitude, you see things differently. You see your effort, not your failure. You see your progress, not your lack. You see what you did, not what you didn't. And that shift changes everything. It changes how you feel about yourself. It changes how you sleep, with peace instead of guilt. It changes how you wake up, with hope instead of dread. Gratitude is powerful. It doesn't ignore what didn't go well, but it doesn't focus on it either. It shifts focus to what did go well, to what you can be grateful for. And there's always something, always, even on the hardest days, there's something to be grateful for. So tonight, replace criticism with gratitude. Replace "I should have" with "I'm grateful I." Replace "I didn't" with "I did." Replace harsh judgment with gentle appreciation. This isn't about being unrealistic. This isn't about ignoring problems. This is about being kind to yourself. about honoring your effort, about acknowledging your humanity. You tried today. Maybe you didn't accomplish everything, but you tried, and that deserves gratitude, not criticism. You showed up today, maybe not perfectly, but you showed up, and that deserves acknowledgement, not harsh judgment. You did your best today, with what you had, with where you were, and that deserves appreciation, not self-flagellation. So be grateful for yourself, for your effort, for your trying, for your showing up. Even if the results weren't perfect, the effort matters, the intention matters, and both deserve gratitude. So tonight, as you fall asleep, don't carry criticism into your dreams. Carry gratitude instead. I'm grateful for what I did today. I'm grateful for my effort. I'm grateful for trying. I'm grateful for showing up. I'm grateful for being me. This is how you love yourself, not by criticizing, but by appreciating, not by judging, but by honoring, not by focusing on lack, but by seeing abundance. Replace criticism with gratitude and watch how everything changes, starting with how you feel right now. Grateful instead of guilty, appreciated instead of criticized, honored instead of judged. This is better. This is healthier. This is how you should always talk to yourself with gratitude, not criticism. Starting tonight, here's something you need to hear. You deserve rest, even when tasks are incomplete, even when things aren't finished, even when your to-do list still has items on it. You deserve rest, not because you've earned it by completing everything, but because you're human, and humans need rest, regardless of what's completed or not completed. This is hard to accept, I know, because we've been taught that rest is a reward for finishing everything, that we should only rest after all work is done. But here's the problem. The work is never done. There's always something more, another task, another project, another thing that needs attention. If you wait until everything is complete to rest, you'll never rest, because complete never comes. There's always more. So we have to change the equation. Rest isn't something you earn through completion. Rest is something you need, regardless of completion. You rest not because you're done, but because you're tired. You rest not because everything's finished, but because you need restoration. You rest not as a reward, but as a necessity. And you deserve what you need. Always. Not just when conditions are perfect. Not just when everything's complete. Always. You deserve rest right now with your incomplete to-do list, with your unfinished projects, with your pending tasks. You still deserve rest, because rest isn't conditional on completion. It's fundamental to your well-being. Think about it. Do you only breathe after you've finished everything? No, you breathe because you need to. Do you only eat after everything's complete? No, you eat because you need to. So why should rest be any different? Why should you only rest after everything's done? You shouldn't. You should rest because you need to. Just like breathing, just like eating. Rest is a need, not a reward. And you deserve to have your needs met, whether tasks are complete or not. So tonight, give yourself permission to rest, even though that email isn't sent, that project isn't finished, that task isn't done. It's okay. It will still be there tomorrow, and you'll handle it better after rest than you would if you pushed through now, exhausted, depleted, running on empty. You deserve rest, not as a luxury after everything's complete, but as a necessity, regardless of what's incomplete. This is important. This is fundamental. This changes how you approach rest. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to finish everything first. You just have to need it. And you do need it right now. So take it without guilt, without shame, without feeling like you should be doing something else. You should be resting. That's what you should be doing. Not finishing one more thing. Not pushing a little harder. Not sacrificing your rest for completion. You should be resting because you deserve it. With incomplete tasks, with unfinished work, with a full to-do list, you still deserve rest. And you're taking it right now, without apology, without guilt, without condition. You deserve rest, period. Not you deserve rest when, just you deserve rest, always. Let's remember something important. You're human, not a machine. You're not designed to run constantly. You're not built to produce endlessly. You're not meant to work without rest. You're human, and humans have limitations. Limitations that aren't weaknesses, they're just part of being human. Machines can run 24/7. They don't need rest, recovery, restoration. But you're not a machine. You're a human being with a body that gets tired, with a mind that gets exhausted, with emotions that get overwhelmed, with a spirit that needs renewal. And all of that is normal. All of that is human. All of that is okay. You don't need to push through like a machine. You don't need to ignore your limits. You don't need to pretend you can keep going forever. You can't. And that's not a failure. That's just being human. We've created a culture that treats humans like machines, that expects us to always be on, to always be productive, to always be available, to always be performing. But that's not sustainable, because we're not machines. We're humans, and humans need rest, need downtime, need recovery, need moments of just being. without doing, without producing, without performing. So tonight, let's honor your humanity. Let's acknowledge that you have limits, and that's okay. Let's recognize that you need rest, and that's not weakness. Let's accept that you can't do everything, and that's not failure. You're human, beautiful, complex, imperfect, limited, human. And being human means needing rest. It means having limits. It means getting tired. It means you can't do it all. And that's perfect, because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be human, not superhuman, not a machine, not perfect, just human, with all that entails. The need for rest, the need for recovery, the need for downtime, the need to stop and just be. So tonight, celebrate your humanity instead of fighting it. Honor your limits instead of pushing past them. Embrace your need for rest. Instead of seeing it as weakness, you're human, not a machine. And that's beautiful. Humans are capable of amazing things: creativity, love, connection, compassion, things machines can never do. But humans also need what machines don't: rest, recovery, restoration. And that's okay. That's more than okay. That's perfect. You're human, with human needs, with human limits, with human requirements. And one of those requirements is rest. So honor that. Don't fight it. Don't resist it. Don't try to push past it. Just honor it by resting like the human you are, not the machine. You're not. Humans need rest, and you're human. Therefore, you need rest. It's that simple. So rest now, not with guilt about needing rest, but with pride in honoring your humanity. You're human, not a machine, and that's exactly what you should be. Perfect in your humanity, complete in your need for rest, beautiful in your limitations. You're human, and tonight, you're resting like the human you are. Beautifully, perfectly, completely human. Tonight, you have a choice that will determine how you feel right now and how you sleep tonight. The choice is peace or perfection. You can't have both, not really. Perfection demands constant striving, constant pushing, constant never being satisfied. Peace invites acceptance, acceptance of what is, acceptance of what you did, acceptance of where you are. Perfection says, it's never good enough. Peace says, it's enough as it is. Perfection says, you should have done more. Peace says, you did what you could. Perfection says, keep going until it's flawless. Peace says, it's okay to stop now. So which do you choose? Tonight, in this moment, do you choose the endless pursuit of perfection that will never be reached, that will never be satisfied? that will never let you rest? Or do you choose peace that's available right now, that accepts what is, that lets you rest? I'm inviting you to choose peace, not because you're giving up, not because you're settling, not because you're lazy, but because peace is better. Peace is healthier. Peace is more sustainable. Peace allows you to actually enjoy your life, your accomplishments, your existence, while perfection never lets you enjoy anything, because nothing is ever perfect enough. Perfection is a mirage. It looks like it's just ahead, but when you get there, it moves further away. You never reach it. You never achieve it. You never satisfy it. But peace is real. Peace is attainable. Peace is right here, waiting for you to choose it. So choose it. Choose peace over perfection. Choose acceptance over endless striving. Choose satisfaction over never being satisfied. Choose rest over relentless pushing. This is wisdom. This is maturity. This is self-love. Choosing peace over perfection. It doesn't mean you don't care about doing well. It doesn't mean you stop trying to improve. It doesn't mean you accept mediocrity. It means you recognize that perfection is impossible, and pursuing it steals your peace. And peace is more valuable than perfection. You can do excellent work without it being perfect. You can give your best effort without it being flawless. You can create, contribute, achieve without it being impeccable, and still have peace. Because peace comes from acceptance, not from perfection. So tonight, make the choice: peace over perfection. Say it with me. I choose peace over perfection. Feel how that feels. Lighter, freer, more breathable. I choose acceptance over endless striving. Feel the relief. I choose to be satisfied with good enough. Feel the peace. This is the right choice for your mental health, for your physical health, for your emotional well-being, for your soul. Perfection will destroy you, slowly, surely, relentlessly. But peace will restore you, gently, completely, beautifully. So choose peace, not just tonight, but every day, in big decisions and small moments. Choose peace over perfection. Choose being satisfied over never being satisfied. Choose rest over relentless push. This is how you create a life that feels good, not just looks good. A life of peace, not perfect appearances. A life of contentment, not constant striving. And it starts with this choice, right now, tonight. Peace over perfection. Choose it. Feel it. rest in it. This is your path to true peace, not through perfection, but through acceptance. Not through flawlessness, but through good enough. Not through never stopping, but through knowing when to rest. Choose peace over perfection, tonight and always. You know what? It's okay to not be strong sometimes. You don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to be the rock, the pillar, the one who holds it all together. Sometimes you can be weak. Sometimes you can be tired. Sometimes you can admit, I can't do this right now. And that's okay. More than okay. That's human. We have this idea that we should always be strong, that weakness is something to hide, that admitting struggle is failure. But that's not true. Strength isn't never being weak. Strength is allowing yourself to be weak when you need to be. Real strength is knowing your limits. Real strength is honoring your humanity. Real strength is saying, I need help. I need rest. I need a break. That takes courage. That takes honesty. That takes real strength. The fake strength is pretending you're fine when you're not. The fake strength is pushing through when you need to stop. The fake strength is hiding your struggle behind a smile. But real strength is vulnerability, is authenticity, is honesty about where you really are. So tonight, if you're not feeling strong, that's okay. You don't have to be. Tonight, you can be weak. You can be tired. You can be struggling. You can be barely holding on. And that's okay. You don't have to put on a strong face. Not here. Not now. Not with yourself. You can admit, I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not okay right now. And that admission isn't weakness. It's honesty. And honesty is always strong, even when it's admitting that you're not. You're allowed to have bad days. Days when you can't be strong. Days when everything feels hard. Days when you just want to rest. And on those days, you don't have to push through. You can rest. You can be weak. You can let yourself not be okay. Because here's the thing. Allowing yourself to not be strong sometimes actually makes you stronger in the long run. Because you're not burning yourself out by pretending to be strong. When you're not, you're being honest about what you need and meeting those needs so you can come back truly strong. Not fake strong, but real strong. After rest, after recovery, after honoring your humanity. So tonight, It's okay to not be strong. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to admit you're struggling. It's okay to need rest. It's okay to be human, with all the weakness that comes with that. You don't have to be superhuman. You just have to be human. And humans are sometimes weak, and that's okay. That's perfect. That's exactly how it should be. So let yourself be weak tonight. Let yourself not be strong. Let yourself just be human, with all your limitations, with all your exhaustion, with all your struggle. It's okay. You're okay. Even when you're not strong, you're still worthy. You're still valuable. You're still enough. Weakness doesn't change that. It's just part of being human. And you're human. Beautifully, imperfectly, limitedly human. And tonight, that's all you need to be human. Not strong, just human. And that's perfect. Let's talk about mistakes. Those things we beat ourselves up over. Those moments we wish we could erase. Those actions we regret. Mistakes. But here's what I want you to understand. Mistakes are not failures. They're not evidence that you're not good enough. They're not proof that you're flawed. Mistakes are just part of life and learning. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone. The most successful people, the wisest people, the most accomplished people, they all make mistakes. Lots of them. The difference isn't that they don't make mistakes. The difference is how they respond to mistakes. They don't beat themselves up. They learn. They don't dwell in shame. They extract the lesson. They don't see mistakes as failure. They see them as feedback. And that's what you need to do too. Stop seeing mistakes as terrible things. Start seeing them as learning opportunities. Every mistake teaches you something about what works and what doesn't, about who you are and who you want to be, about what matters and what doesn't. Mistakes are teachers. Painful teachers sometimes, but teachers nonetheless. And when you approach them that way, they lose their power to shame you, because they're not shameful. They're just educational. Think about it. When a child is learning to walk, they fall over and over. Do we say, "What a failure. You're terrible at this. You should be ashamed"? No. We say, "It's okay. Try again. You're learning." Because we understand that falling is part of learning to walk. Mistakes are part of learning to live. You can't learn without making mistakes. You can't grow without getting things wrong sometimes. You can't become better without first being imperfect. Mistakes are necessary for growth, for learning, for improvement. So stop beating yourself up for making them. Stop treating them like evidence of your inadequacy. Start treating them like evidence of your willingness to try, to risk, to learn, to grow. Only people who try make mistakes. People who never try never make mistakes because they never do anything. So your mistakes are actually proof that you're trying, that you're showing up, that you're in the game. And that's commendable. That's courageous. That's worth celebrating, not shaming. So tonight, if you're carrying regret over a mistake, shame over an error, guilt over something you did wrong, let it go. Not by pretending it didn't happen, but by reframing what it means. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're learning. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means you're human. It doesn't mean you should give up. It means you should try again with the wisdom you gained from the mistake. Mistakes are part of life. They're inevitable. They're universal. They're necessary for learning, for growth, for becoming who you're meant to be. So stop fighting them. Stop fearing them. Stop shaming yourself for them. Start accepting them as part of the journey. Start learning from them as the teachers they are. Start forgiving yourself for making them, because you're human, and humans make mistakes. That's not a bug. That's a feature of being human. So make peace with your mistakes. Learn from them, grow from them, and then let them go. They don't define you. They're just moments in your journey. Moments that taught you something valuable about yourself, about life, about what matters. Mistakes are part of life and learning, and you're living and learning. So mistakes are inevitable, and that's okay. More than okay. That's perfect. That's how growth happens, through mistakes and learning. So rest tonight, not with shame over mistakes made, but with peace over lessons learned. Mistakes are teachers, and you're a good student, learning, growing, becoming, one mistake at a time. And that's beautiful. Here's something that might bring you immense relief. You don't need to control everything. In fact, you can't control everything, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you plan, no matter how perfect you attempt to be. You can't control everything. And that's okay. Actually, that's more than okay. That's liberating. Because trying to control everything is exhausting. It's the source of so much anxiety, so much stress, so much pressure. We think if we can just plan enough, prepare enough, be perfect enough, we can control how things turn out. But we can't. Life is full of variables, of unknowns, of things beyond our control. Other people's choices, unexpected events, circumstances that change. We can't control any of that. We can only control ourselves, our effort, our response, and even that imperfectly. So tonight, let's practice letting go of the need to control. Let's practice accepting that life is uncertain, that outcomes are unpredictable, that we can't manage everything. And that's okay. In fact, that's the nature of life. Life is messy. Life is unpredictable. Life is uncontrollable. And trying to control it is like trying to control the ocean. You can't. The ocean does what the ocean does, and life does what life does. All you can do is ride the waves, not try to stop them, not try to control them. Just ride them, responding as they come, adapting as needed, accepting what you can't change. This is wisdom. This is maturity. This is peace. Knowing what you can control and what you can't, and focusing your energy on what you can, while releasing what you can't. You can control your effort. You can't control the outcome. You can control your intention. You can't control how others receive it. You can control your choices. You can't control the consequences. You can control how you show up. You can't control how things turn out. And when you accept this, when you stop trying to control everything, you find peace. You find freedom. You find relief from the impossible burden of trying to manage every variable. You can let go. Let go of the need for everything to be perfect. Let go of the need for everything to go according to plan. Let go of the need to control every outcome. And just show up. Do your best and let go of the rest. This is peace. This is freedom. This is what allows you to sleep at night, not constantly worrying about all the things you're trying to control, but resting in the knowledge that you did what you could, and the rest is not yours to control. So tonight, practice this. Think about something you're trying to control that's stressing you out, and ask yourself, can I actually control this? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, ask, have I done what I can? If yes, let it go. If no, make a plan for tomorrow, and then let it go for tonight. You don't need to control everything. You just need to do what you can and release what you can't. This is wisdom. This is peace. This is how you sleep at night, not by controlling everything, but by accepting that you can't, and that's okay. Let go of control, embrace acceptance, and rest in the peace that comes from not trying to control everything. You can't, and you don't need to. Just do your best and let go of the rest. This is enough. You are enough. Without controlling everything, let go and rest. Let me tell you something revolutionary. Good enough is enough for a happy life. You don't need perfect. You don't need flawless. You don't need impeccable. You just need good enough. And good enough is actually really good. It's not settling. It's not mediocrity. It's not giving up. It's recognizing that perfection is impossible, and pursuing it robs you of happiness. But good enough allows you to be satisfied, to be content, to be happy with what is, instead of always reaching for what could be. Think about it. A good enough meal nourishes you. A perfect meal that you're too stressed to make doesn't. A good enough conversation connects you. A perfect conversation that you're too anxious to have doesn't. A good enough day can be enjoyed. A perfect day that you're too busy pursuing can't be. Good enough allows you to live, while perfect keeps you striving. Good enough lets you rest, while perfect keeps you working. Good enough gives you peace, while perfect gives you stress. So which do you want? A perfect life that you're too exhausted to enjoy? Or a good enough life that you actually live and savor and appreciate? I choose good enough, and I invite you to choose it too. Not because you're settling, but because you're being wise. You're choosing happiness over perfection. You're choosing peace over stress. You're choosing life over the endless pursuit of an impossible standard. Good enough is enough. Your good enough work is valuable. Your good enough effort is worthy. Your good enough self is lovable. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy of happiness. You just need to be good enough. And you are, right now. You're good enough. Your life is good enough. Your effort is good enough. Your work is good enough. And when you accept that, when you believe that, you find happiness, not someday when everything's perfect, but now, when everything's good enough. This is the secret to happiness. Not perfection, but acceptance of good enough. Not flawlessness, but satisfaction with what is. Not impossible standards, but realistic appreciation. Good enough is enough for a happy life, for a peaceful mind, for a contented heart. So stop pursuing perfect. Start embracing good enough. Stop rejecting what is because it's not ideal. Start appreciating what is because it's good enough. Stop waiting to be happy until everything's perfect. Start being happy now because everything's good enough. This is wisdom. This is maturity. This is the path to peace. Good enough is enough. Say it with me. Good enough is enough. I am good enough. My life is good enough. My effort is good enough. Everything is good enough. And in that good enoughness, there's happiness, there's peace, there's contentment, there's joy. Not perfect, but good enough. And good enough is more than enough for a beautiful life. So rest tonight, not with the stress of needing everything perfect, but with the peace of everything being good enough. Your day was good enough. Your effort was good enough. You are good enough. And that's enough for happiness, for peace, for rest. Good enough is enough. Always. Tonight, we're going to do something freeing. We're going to release unrealistic expectations, those impossible standards we hold ourselves to, those shoulds that weigh us down, those expectations that we can never meet. We're letting them go. because they're not serving you. They're hurting you. They're stealing your peace. They're robbing your joy. They're preventing your rest. Unrealistic expectations, like I should be able to do it all. No, you shouldn't. You can't. Nobody can. I should never make mistakes. No, you will make mistakes. You're human. That's normal. I should always be productive. No, you need rest too. Rest is not waste. I should be further along by now. No, you're exactly where you are, and that's okay. I should be able to handle more. No, you're handling what you can. That's enough. All these shoulds, all these expectations, they're unrealistic, they're impossible, they're harmful. And tonight, we're releasing them. Imagine with me all your expectations written on pieces of paper. I should be perfect. I should do it all. I should never fail. I should always be strong. All of them on pieces of paper. And now, imagine taking those papers one by one and releasing them into the wind, into a fire, into the ocean. However you imagine it, just let them go. Watch them float away. Watch them burn. Watch them dissolve. These expectations don't serve you. They just burden you. So let them go. I should be perfect. Gone. I should do it all. Gone. I should never fail. Gone. I should always be strong. Gone. All of them. Gone. Released. Let go. Dissolved. And in their place, new beliefs, realistic beliefs, compassionate beliefs, human beliefs. I'm doing my best. I'm enough as I am. I'm human, and that's okay. I can only do what I can do. I deserve rest and kindness. These are the new expectations, or rather, not expectations, but acceptances. Accepting yourself as you are, accepting your limits as they are, accepting your humanity as it is. This is so much kinder, so much gentler, so much more peaceful than the harsh expectations you've been holding. Unrealistic expectations lead to constant disappointment, constant stress, constant feeling of failure, because you can never meet them. They're impossible, but realistic acceptance leads to peace, contentment, self-compassion, because you're accepting what's real, what's true, what's human. So tonight, release those expectations, those impossibly high standards, those harsh shoulds, those unrealistic demands. Let them go. They've been weighing you down for too long. It's time to set them down and walk away lighter, without the burden of unrealistic expectations, with only the gentle truth of realistic acceptance. You're doing your best. That's all you can do. You're human, with human limitations. You're enough, just as you are. These are the truths that replace the unrealistic expectations. And they feel so much better, don't they? Lighter, kinder, more peaceful. Release the expectations. Embrace the acceptance. This is freedom. This is peace. This is rest. Without the weight of impossible standards, without the pressure of unrealistic expectations, just acceptance of yourself as you are. Human, limited, imperfect, enough. Release the expectations and rest in acceptance. Now, let's do something important. Let's practice forgiveness. Not for others, but for yourself. For what you didn't do today. For what you couldn't accomplish. For what you didn't finish. For what you didn't get to. I forgive myself. These are powerful words, healing words, freeing words. Say them with me. I forgive myself for what I couldn't do today. Feel those words. Feel the permission they give you to not be perfect, to not do everything, to not meet every expectation. You couldn't do everything today, and that's okay. That's normal. That's human. You're not a machine. You're not superhuman. You're just human. And humans have limits. You did what you could with what you had, your time, your energy, your capacity. And what you couldn't do wasn't because you're lazy or inadequate or not enough. It was because you're human, with human limitations, and you deserve forgiveness for those limitations. Actually, you don't even need forgiveness, because there's nothing to forgive. You didn't do anything wrong by not doing everything. You just did what you could, and couldn't do what you couldn't. That's not a failing, that's just reality. But if you've been carrying guilt about what you didn't do, about what you didn't accomplish, about what you didn't finish, then let's release that guilt through forgiveness. I forgive myself for not finishing that project. I forgive myself for not returning that call. I forgive myself for not being as productive as I wanted. I forgive myself for needing rest. I forgive myself for being human. Whatever you didn't do today, whatever you feel guilty about, forgive yourself. Not because you did something wrong, but because you need to release the guilt, to let go of the burden, to free yourself from self-judgment. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, not because you're bad, but because you're carrying unnecessary guilt, and you deserve to put it down. So forgive yourself for what you couldn't do today, for what you didn't accomplish, for what you didn't finish. It's okay. You're okay. You did what you could, and what you couldn't do will still be there tomorrow. Or maybe it won't, and that's okay too. Not everything needs to get done. Not everything is as important as it seems. Some things can be let go, and you get to decide what those things are. But tonight, forgive yourself for whatever you didn't do. Release the guilt. Let go of the judgment. Free yourself from the burden. You deserve forgiveness. You deserve peace. You deserve rest. Without carrying guilt about what you couldn't do, I forgive myself. Say it again. I forgive myself for what I couldn't do today. And feel the weight lifting. Feel the guilt dissolving. Feel the peace settling in. You're forgiven by yourself, and that's the only forgiveness you need. Rest now in that forgiveness, free from guilt, free from judgment, free from burden. You forgive yourself and you rest peacefully. Let's do something physical now. Let's use your breath to release the tension of competition. That feeling that you need to win, that you need to be the best, that you need to outperform, that you need to prove yourself. This competitive tension, it sits in your body, in your chest, in your shoulders, in your jaw. And tonight, we're breathing it out. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you breathe in, notice where you're holding tension. Maybe your shoulders are tight. Maybe your jaw is clenched. Maybe your chest feels heavy. Just notice it. And now, breathe out through your mouth with a sigh. And as you exhale, imagine that competitive tension leaving your body like dark smoke, flowing out. The need to win, the need to be best, the need to prove yourself, all of it flowing out with your breath. Let's do it again. Breathe in, deep and slow. Breathe out, long and complete, releasing the pressure to compete. Again, breathe in peace, calm, acceptance. Breathe out competition, pressure, tension. Beautiful. Can you feel the difference? Your body is softening. Your shoulders are dropping. Your jaw is releasing. The competitive tension is leaving, and in its place, peace. Because here's the truth. Life isn't a competition. You don't need to be the best. You don't need to win against others. You don't need to prove you're better. Life isn't about beating others. It's about being yourself. It's about growing at your own pace. It's about living your own journey. Not racing against others, but walking your own path. So release the competitive tension. Release the need to win. Release the pressure to be best. You're not competing with anyone. You're just living your life at your own pace, in your own way, on your own timeline. And that's perfect. You don't need to be faster than anyone, or better than anyone, or ahead of anyone. You just need to be you, doing your best at your own pace. And that's enough. So breathe out the competitive tension one more time. Big breath in, long breath out, releasing all competition, all comparison, all need to win, and welcoming peace, acceptance, your own journey. Life isn't a race. Life isn't a competition. Life is your own unique path, and you're walking it perfectly at your own pace. So release the tension, release the competition, and rest in your own journey. Peaceful, calm, free from the need to compete. You know, life is not a race. It's a journey. And on a journey, there's no finish line you need to rush toward. There's no competitor you need to beat. There's just the path, your path, and you get to walk it at your own pace. Some days you might walk quickly. Some days you might walk slowly. Some days you might stop and rest. And all of it is okay. All of it is part of your journey. We've gotten confused about this. We've started treating life like a race, trying to get ahead, trying to reach milestones before others, trying to achieve more, faster, better. But that's not what life is about. Life is about the journey, the experiences, the growth, the moments, the learning. Not about getting to the end faster than others. Because what's the point of reaching the end if you didn't enjoy the journey? What's the point of achieving everything if you were too stressed to appreciate it? What's the point of being first if you're too exhausted to celebrate? There's no point. So let's shift our perspective from race to journey, from competition to experience, from rushing to savoring. Life is a journey, and on this journey, you get to decide how fast you walk, where you stop, what you notice, what you enjoy. You don't have to keep up with anyone. You don't have to race to milestones. You don't have to rush through life. You can walk at your own pace, stopping to rest when you're tired, pausing to enjoy what's beautiful, taking your time to experience fully. This is your journey, not a race against others, but a path that's uniquely yours, and you get to walk it however you choose, fast or slow, direct or winding, planned or spontaneous. It's all okay. It's all valid. It's all part of your journey. So tonight, remember this. You're not racing, you're journeying. And on a journey, there's no wrong pace. There's just your pace. The pace that feels right for you right now. Maybe that pace is slower than you want. Maybe you wish you were further along. But that's comparing your journey to an imaginary race. Your journey is perfect as it is. You're exactly where you're meant to be, moving at exactly the pace you're meant to move. There's no behind, there's no ahead, there's just where you are on your journey, and where you are is perfect. So stop rushing, stop racing, stop comparing your pace to anyone else's, and just journey at your own pace, in your own way, on your own path. Life is a journey, not a race. So slow down, look around, notice the beauty, rest when you're tired, enjoy the moments, savor the experience. This is your journey, and it's beautiful, exactly as it is, at exactly the pace you're moving. Life is a journey, not a race, and you're journeying perfectly. And now, we've arrived at the end of this journey. From pressure to peace, from perfectionism to presence, from doing to being. And as you prepare to drift into sleep, I want you to go with one thing. a peaceful mind, free from self-blame, free from guilt, free from judgment. Tonight, you rest, not with a mind full of criticism. I should have done more. I should have done better. I should have been different. No. Tonight, you rest with a mind full of peace. I did enough. I am enough. I am okay as I am. This is how you should always go to sleep. With peace, not judgment. With acceptance, not criticism. With kindness, not harshness. Because you deserve peaceful rest. You deserve to sleep well. You deserve to wake tomorrow refreshed. And you can't do that if you're carrying self-blame, self-judgment, self-criticism into your sleep. So let it all go. Every harsh thought, every critical voice, every judging comment. Let it all go. You don't need it. You don't deserve it. You're releasing it. And in its place, peace. Deep, profound, beautiful peace. A peaceful mind that says, I did my best today, and my best is enough. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of kindness from myself, most of all. This is how you go to sleep tonight, with a peaceful mind, with no self-blame, with complete acceptance of who you are, of what you did, of where you are. You're okay. Better than okay. You're exactly right, exactly where you should be, exactly who you should be. And you can rest in that truth, peacefully, completely, without reservation, no self-blame, no guilt, no judgment, just peace. Pure, simple, beautiful peace. Feel it now, that peace settling over you like a soft blanket, warm and comforting, covering every part of you, every thought, every feeling, every worry, all covered in peace. You're safe to rest now. You're free to let go now. You're allowed to sleep peacefully now, without carrying any blame, without holding any judgment, without bearing any guilt. Just peace, filling your mind, calming your thoughts, soothing your heart. This is what you deserve. This is what you're receiving. This is what you're resting in. Peace. Tonight and every night, you deserve to go to sleep with a peaceful mind, free from the burden of self-blame, free from the weight of judgment, free from the pressure of perfectionism, just free to rest, to sleep, to restore in peace. So as you drift off now, let these be your final thoughts. I am at peace. I release all blame. I accept myself completely. I rest without guilt. I sleep in peace. Say them with me one last time. I am at peace. Feel it. I release all blame. Feel it leaving. I accept myself completely. Feel the acceptance. I rest without guilt. Feel the freedom. I sleep in peace. Feel the peace filling every part of you. This is your truth tonight. This is your reality now. This is your state as you sleep, peaceful, blame-free, guilt-free, judgment-free, just at peace with yourself, with your day, with your life. You did enough. You are enough. You rest in peace. And tomorrow, when you wake, you'll wake with this same peace, this same acceptance, this same freedom. Because you're learning a new way to live without pressure, to be without perfectionism, to rest without guilt. And it starts tonight with this peaceful sleep, free from self-blame, free from judgment, free from pressure. Just peace. Beautiful, restful, healing peace. Sleep now, beautiful soul. Sleep in peace, without blame, without guilt, without pressure. Just peace. You've done enough. You are enough. You deserve this rest. Sleep peacefully. Sleep deeply. Sleep free from pressure, from perfectionism, from self-blame. Just sleep in peace. You are loved by yourself. You are accepted by yourself. You are at peace with yourself. And that's everything. Good night, beautiful soul. Rest in peace. Free from pressure. Free from perfectionism. Free from blame. Just peace.